Hello, Potato. It's time for more LEGO blind bags with minifigure series 24, 12 new minifigures to collect and trade. And I've been wanting to do this video for a couple months. I think these came out originally January 1st. I think is when I bought the first few of them. In January, certainly. And I've been wanting to do a video since then, but I have had trouble collecting them all. Because, you know, while we still have the foil bags, you can kind of fondle and feel and try to figure out what you're getting, which is why amongst these 14 packages of minifigures, we should only have 2 duplicates, 1 intentional, 1 by mistake that I didn't realize until after I got home that it was one that I had already picked up. Not because I didn't mark it on my little picture that I used for like a cheat sheet or anything, but because I had totally misidentified what it was in the store. But yeah, I went to the LEGO store probably half a dozen times to try to get a full set, and even then could not do it. I eventually had to go to Macy's to get our last guy here because he was really hard to find. And yeah, I went to Macy's. They were like clearing out, they still had like the Toys R Us section set up. They were clearing it out, and I looked through. They had like a dozen of these. I looked through, and the last one on the shelf was, I think, the one we need. It's going to be very disappointing after all of this this like minute and a half of just yammering on, if I get to the end of this and find out we're still missing a figure. But it is what it is. But yeah, let's today we're going to put together series 24 of the LEGO minifigures. I think like the second to last series that's going to be in these foil packets. The Disney 100 ones, which I'm really looking forward to. That collection looks like it has some really nice characters in it. The Disney 100s look like they're going to be in foil packs, but after that, they're supposed to switch over to the cardboard packaging, and I feel like we're not going to be able to fondle our way through that. That's going to result in a lot more duplicates, and realistically, probably not getting full collections without finding people to trade with, which, given that I'm not a super sociable person, is a difficult thing for me. But that is the future, and we will burn that bridge when we get to it. Let's start opening up our minifigures and see who all we've got. So there, I've heard people comment that there's been a few different figures in this collection that have been hard to find. The one that I was looking for is one of them. And there's a couple others. I think people are, I guess, are doing like army building with them. And also, I think people trying to like, just because they're there's like one particularly unique figure in here, I think, that a lot of people have been after to maybe try to resell. But yeah, that is our little cheat sheet there. Now some of these will probably get put into service. Like I have that little farmer's market food truck that released last year. If I put that maybe in the carnival display, he would go nicely with that. I mean, even says farmer's market on it. The rest of them maybe not so much. I mean, they're all cool, but I feel like maybe the Paperboy in the city, but I think I've got a Paperboy in there already. So maybe this isn't the collection. It's going to have a lot that are going to get used, except for maybe Carrot Guy there. But Carrot Guy's cute. But we're going to start off with one of the ones that I've heard people complaining that they can't find, which is the little space guy, which, I mean, it's cool. They've been kind of low-key reviving the space collection, because, of course, these were, like, big when I was a kid, and not so much anymore. They did, like, the Galaxy Explorer last year, and the Blacktron was the promo item back in January. But also, the thing that's really cool on this one, though, is it comes with a space baby, which even has the little air tanks on the back of its head. And yeah, normally I would fast forward through building, but I've talked through this one. We're almost done. There's really no point in fast forwarding at this point. So we'll just attach the walkie-talkie bits together, which that's different. What else? I think the walkie-talkies were more printed. I don't think they had a place for a 1x2 on them. But yeah, this is one I've heard a lot of people saying they've had trouble finding, and it did take me a few tries to get Space Baby. But when I did get Space Baby, there were more than just the one available. So this is not one that I had a humongously hard time getting a hold of. Just took a couple tries. But yeah, I've got him. And I guess you could do some sort of army building with, as long as you wanted an army of brown space guys. So I don't really feel that's an issue. I think that's really just people trying to get this because of the Space Baby and maybe trying to want to turn around and resell it down the road. That's definitely one of the ones that I was looking forward from the set. And it's very cute. The printing is very... I suppose I should talk about it before I move on. The printing is very, I think... what's the term I am looking for here? Faithful. Faithful is the word I'm looking for. Very faithful to the classic space style. The Space Baby is just, frankly, kind of absurd, but cute. It's got that kind of classic blank stare Lego face on it. You know, most figures now have like expressions, but that's got the classic Lego smile that all figures used to have, and frankly, so does the baby. Yeah, very nice one. Nicely made. And I mean, I was a bigger fan of the space kits as a kid than I am now, but you see them so rarely now. It's nice when you do see one. I think the only other like space set I have, I have the Blacktron Attacker or whatever was the promo kit, but the only other space one I think I have is one of the early Ideas kits was like a mech, and I bought it because it was a mech, not because it was space themed, but it came with a couple, I think, of these little, maybe I'll put him up there on the shelf with the mech. All right, moving on though. We have to create more landfill by opening these up and dumping them out, and we'll immediately go to one of our duplicates. This one was the intentional one, the second Space Babies. This one we will just fast forward through. And there we go, there's our second Space Baby. Yeah, I bought this one duplicate intentionally. I realized that I had the 1x2 on upside down, there's a little face on there, and I had it upside down originally. Yeah, I bought this one intentionally just because I thought it was a cute and unique one, and I thought it'd be worth having a duplicate. So maybe one can go into display somewhere, maybe part of like the Halloween display or something. That actually would be cute for the Haunted Hayride part of the Halloween, so maybe that. And the other one can go up with the Space Mech. Put you over there behind your initial one and move on to somebody new. So there should only be one more duplicate in here unless I've totally gotten things wrong, which is of course entirely possible. But yeah, there should only be one more duplicate. And this is not one of them. Let's put her together. And there we have the little rocking horse girl, and she does unfortunately have the piece that they should not be making anymore, which is the non-bendable child legs. But to make up for that, she does have this rather nice little functioning rocking horse. Sort of. There we go. That rocks. That rocks! All right. Very nicely thought is they have actually come with a 1x2 to attach it to, so she can actually attach to the base and not fall off. She has like a little hole in her head, like there's intended to be something else stuck there, a hat or a bow or something probably. I probably have a spare piece somewhere that I could stick into that. She has a cute little unicorn shirt. Kind of actually surprised I didn't make this a unicorn then. I don't think I've seen this rocking horse in another kit before. Is this a unique piece for this? I mean, I know they do unique pieces for the minifigures all the time. Space Baby's unique piece, for now at least. Yeah, very cute. Nice. Easy to find because you could have that rocking horse in there. Once you realized what it was, that was always an easy one to identify. All right, who is our next contestant on Blind Bag LEGO Minifigures? And it is, looks to be our Paperboy. Now he seems to be like either an unpopular one or just unusually common, because I ran into him. There's like him and like one other one I ran into a lot while trying to build my collection. But let's put him together. And here is our Paperboy, and see, he has the child legs, but see, he has the right ones. He has the ones that flex, because they should not make those other ones anymore. And also has a spare little slingshot. Put that away. So you get newspaper, extra, read all about it, or I'll shoot you with my slingshot. Cute expression on the face. I like the hat. Yeah, he could go in like the modular city. They're kind of age indeterminate anyways. What does it say here? Bug building? What does that say? Bay babbling? Bug babbling? Bug bubbly? I don't know if it's just the printing or just I'm not wearing my glasses. But yeah, I cannot read those two words there. Can you read those? If you can read those, let me know in the comments what that says. Bay bubbly? I don't know. Nicely printed, got kind of a interesting sort of a workman's shirt for like maybe 20s to 40s, maybe 50s. You could easily take that apart to apply to an adult character, which could be nice. Looks kind of like he could be the kid from Christmas Story, one of the bullies. Yeah, very nice. I guess that's the reason also to buy some of these in duplicate is to take the parts apart and, well, I mean, like I said, army building, but also to just, if you want to create certain narratives, certain characters, certain settings for your own little custom builds. Who do we have next? Oh, this is easily one of, I'm assuming, one of the most unpopular characters. Let's put them together. And yep, there she is, the football ref. She has two faces. She has kind of a normal face, and then she's also the first one in the series to have two faces. It has like the angry yelling face. I guess that's for when she's holding out the red card. She also comes with a yellow card. And she comes with a football, or soccer ball if you prefer. People sometimes will yell at me if I use like non-American terms. If you use the soccer ball, has no way of actually attaching it to anything. It's an actual full-on round sphere, not unheard of in LEGO, but not super common, and kind of annoying for a collection like this because you can't attach it anywhere. She can't hold it. You can't stick it down, like I guess like some blue tack or something you can stick it down, but yeah, I feel like she's really, really unpopular because I found a lot of her. I mean, the ball was kind of a giveaway when feeling them. There were seriously, like, I think she was the most common character I found while trying to build my collection. There were so many of her on the shelves because nobody wants her, or she's just really common in the box, which that seems like a bad idea. The color of her outfit is interesting, kind of a highlighter yellow. She is part of the Sport League, apparently. I like the little headset piece. The hair is interesting. I don't think I've seen that particular hairpiece like at all. But yeah, that's not bad. I suppose if like I had one of the old LEGO soccer field sets, she would go well with that. But I wasn't super into LEGO at the time. I was kind of just buying the like early Star Wars ones back then. So I don't have that. Kind of regret it just because it was such a unique thing, and the whole LEGO sports thing just never really went anywhere. Which would make those unique, especially like the basketball ones. Those would be, I didn't care for basketball, but still don't care for basketball. But that would have been an interesting thing to have in the collection just because they are such rarities now. All right, so we have our first four. You know what? I don't think I have all my packages here. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. There's the other four. I realized like halfway through this, like, that's not enough packages left to be the whole set, including 2 duplicates. So yeah, there were 4 that were still somewhere else. So it's just me being less organized than usual, even less organized than usual. All right, back to it. Yep, we have quite a few more. If you were looking at them thinking like, oh, you're almost done. No, we're not. Because there's 12, and again, I have 14 packages to open. And yeah, let's put this one together. All right, here we have what I've just been calling Marie Antoinette. I mean, it's just like a French noblewoman. It's not specifically Marie Antoinette, I'm sure. Although, the head does come off. Too soon? She comes with, for some reason, a little chihuahua, kind of like the Totally Not But Totally is Paris Hilton figure that came out a number of series ago. She does have two faces. We have this like overjoyed face and a more dignified face on the back. Of course, she is wearing way too much makeup, and I have heard people complaining about it, but this is one that I only ran into a couple times while searching. So I feel like she's one that's popular as well, or maybe just rarer. But I haven't seen people like commenting that she's hard to find. So, but I feel like the unique piece here has made her maybe a little bit more popular. Now it looks like they're going to use this piece again for the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland in the new Disney series. So that'll make that one easy to find as well. But yeah, nicely painted, nicely designed, meshes top and bottom well enough. Not really a figure where you could recombine the bottom with any other character. The Chihuahua I don't really get at all. Probably a joke that I just don't understand, but did they have a lot of Chihuahuas in pre-revolutionary France? I feel like they probably didn't. But still, interesting figure, unique piece down here for a minifigure, and nice hairpiece. That hairpiece is actually really interesting. I'm sure we'll be seeing that in the Build-A-Figure bin within the next year and a half. We'll start seeing some of these bases in there as well, since we'll have her and the Red Queen, and I'm sure there'll be other figures coming out using that piece as well. I guess that's what, 5, so we're not quite halfway through. Who is next? All right, next. Oh, there's more in here. Hold on. Next is one of our required furry characters. Let's put it together. And yep, these series always have a furry, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought from the picture this was a cat. I just now, for the first time, realized it's a dinosaur. So, it's got two faces. We have a smiley face, and then we have this roar face. I'm gonna use the roar face like that. I like this figure now that I know what it is. We also have an extra tail because, you know, they're light pieces. I like this figure now more that I've put it together than I did originally, which is a good thing, which we'll find out why in the next few minutes. But yeah, nice. The head's nice sculpt, nice design. But yeah, they always have like these little furry characters in each of these series, just as a cat or a raccoon or a panda bear. And they're usually clearly people in costume, not well, I guess this is more of a mascot than a furry though, because furry characters usually don't have the human's face exposed. So it's more of a mascot character. Like the panda in the last series before, where there was like a sweaty person's face under the mask, but the mask covered the whole head. That I guess is more of potentially a furry. This one's clearly a mascot. I should get my terminology right. One of these days I want to put together a like Lego comic convention, and I can put all these little costume characters in there as cosplayers. All right, now we're halfway through. So let's move forward. And oh, well, that's, I suppose, convenient. So yeah, this would be the accidental duplicate, our second dinosaur. And the reason it's a duplicate is because I mistook, it also has two tails. Off with his head. So I was saying, I mistook the shape of the head here for the orc head. I thought this was this guy, and it wasn't until I got home and was like double checking before I marked things off on my list, because I hadn't brought like a list with me, that I realized that no, this was the old guy. At the time I thought it was a cat. But yeah, this was our accidental duplicate figure, and I mean, it's a nice one. Now that I've actually put it together, I do like it better than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to I thought from the picture, I thought it was a cat. Because I didn't look close enough at it. It was a picture on my phone. And yeah, I thought it was a cat. I spent these last 2 months thinking that was a cat, not a dinosaur. Dinosaurs are definitely cooler than a cat. I'm assuming it's meant to be like a T-Rex. I expect to put it in the city and have the T-Rex as well with the Carnotaurus I have. All right, so next, so this is the one that's been holding up this whole video, this whole time, and that is the Orc. And this is one of the ones I've been hearing online people say they're having trouble finding because of people doing army building, and I get that. If you're doing like a medieval thing and you want to build an army of enemies, getting a bunch of this guy, oh, that's a unique piece. I don't think I've ever had a kit that worked quite like that. His whole lower jaw is an attachment. See, I thought that was gonna be a full head piece. I didn't realize that was going to just be a normal minifigure head with a detachable underbite. That's very interesting. I'm impressed with that. But yeah, this was a hard one to find. This is the one I had to get at Macy's because I've been feeling, and I kept finding the other one that people say is hard to find. But yeah, not this guy. This guy has been holding up this video for weeks trying to find him. Now that I have him, I'm actually more impressed with him than I thought I would be. The printing on the shield is nice. Printing on his chest is nice. The cape's pretty good. Back printing's good. But I'm really impressed with that head. I thought that was going to be a unique headpiece, but it's just his lower jaw and ears as a separate piece. I don't think I have any figures that have done that before. I feel like there probably has been, I'm sure. You can let me know in the comments if there's another figure that was done this way. But I think it's unique to me. Of course, no back of the head because there's no hair. But yeah, no, I'm glad I kept looking for him because that's actually a really cool figure, and I can totally see if you were trying to set up like a medieval fantasy display why you would want a bunch of him to kind of alter a little bit and make an army out of. But yeah, he was the one that's absolutely been holding all of this up for weeks. All right, next up's another really common one, but probably the most involved build. So let's definitely fast forward through this one. So here we have another character that I found a ton of while searching. I don't know if they're just unpopular or they're just really common, but it is our Potter. And they do have, I'm gonna go with she. I'll say they. They have two faces, although they have lipstick. I think she would not be unjustified. Kind of a, oops, something went wrong face, which of course you can't really do in Lego. And as far as the pottery goes. And a happy face. And I'm not sure, is this supposed to be hair or like a head wrap? Because the texture of it I thought in the picture it was hair, but the texture of it kind of feels like it's meant to be fabric. Like it's a head wrap, just to keep their hair out of the pottery while making it, comes with a little spinning wheel, which is cool, but remember, no ghosting. If you are caught ghosting, you will fail a class so easy, people passing in the hallway get contact credit. No ghosting. Plus, of course, Lego lack the posability to even put her legs around the potting wheel. So even as it is, you'd have to do like that. So it'd be very hard to have a ghost reach around her back anyways, but I'm sure somebody will have done that picture and posted it online. And it comes with an extra bowl, which I don't need. We'll put it over there. So we have what, 4 more left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, these last 4, hopefully there are no duplicates, because if we have any more duplicates, then I'm not done. Let's get out the landfill, dump out the rest, and I feel like this is going to be the other one. Yeah, this is another one people have been complaining is difficult to find. I found a lot of this one while searching, but this is definitely one I can see as being useful for army building. So let's put them together and talk about it some more. turning in the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Yes, it is the falconer minifigure. And that's why I definitely do understand for people wanting to army build, because unlike our orc there where you don't really have other like heads or anything you can do with it, you could easily take the legs and body of this, change heads around, different hair, give it different weapons, and you could build yourself a nice little army of these characters. Again, nice cape. I like these newer capes. They used to have like some of the older like 5-6 years ago stuff from like Marvel and DC lines back when they were just like superhero, not like Marvel or Marvel Studios and stuff. They had very stiff, like nylon-y feeling capes. I like these newer ones better. They feel like proper like cotton or something. But yep, the falconer has this nice falcon piece, which I don't think I've seen before. I don't know if it's unique, but I don't think I've seen it before. Nice hair piece. I don't think it's a new piece. I think maybe a new color. It's kind of tied back here to help keep the hair out of her face. And a little bow. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people complaining they couldn't find her, but I found plenty of her. I mean, not as many as, say, the Potter or the football ref, but enough of her that if I was doing army building myself, I would have myself a little troop. But I'm not. I don't do a lot of middle age. The middle age is exactly why I'm doing it. I don't do a lot of stuff of middle ages kind of sets, so I don't really have a lot of use for her at all. I'm assuming the bird goes in his hand because she has like the leather glove on there and the bare hand over here. It's nice, well printed, and again, I can totally see why army builders want a lot of this figure, because that body gives you a lot you can do with in the way that you can't really do with the orc. I mean, yeah, you could change weapons out and stuff, but the orc's faces are all going to kind of be the same. But you could swap faces out on these different heads and make yourself a unique looking little army of characters. It's, I think, one of the nicer ones in the set. I don't think there's anything really bad in the set, at least not that we've come across so far, but I really do like her. I like the bird piece. I like the concept. I like that you can do stuff with that one. If I was doing like fantasy middle-age displays, I would absolutely want to get a few of her and a few of the orc to build up, fill out my army. All right, next up, I said that I thought that the Potter was one of the most involved build. This one may run for the money kind of category here, but let's put it together. There's a lot of little pieces in this one. All right, here we have a little kind of anime reminiscent space guy. And yeah, the gun's kind of an involved build. I don't think I've ever seen the roller skate pieces used quite like that. I've seen them be train cars. I've seen them be like building accents. Never seen them be part of a blaster. So, and with enough extra pieces, we could expand this out a little bit more if we wanted to. But we don't for now. Put them away. So I ran into this guy quite frequently as well. The little fins sticking off the back of the helmet here made it fairly obvious. But again, it's one that I kept kind of thinking were the orc's tusks. But of course, now that I've actually felt the orc, it doesn't have like tusks you can really feel in the package. So yeah, it's a nice design. They always have like one of these in most of these collections as well. These kind of space robot characters from a LEGO line that never existed. Because it's not Space Police, is he? That's not like the Space Police logo or anything, is it? I feel like that little logo is familiar, but I don't know what from. But yeah, I have a bunch of these kind of guys, and since I don't do a lot of space stuff, I don't really have a whole lot to do with them. Plus, they're not like the classic space guys, which are the better space guys. So 2 left. I'm feeling good here. I feel like we're going to have a whole collection. I feel like I need to get a new blade for this box cutter. I feel like I've also said that before. There we go. So we narrow down to the end. Who do we have left? Oh yes, we have this guy. we go. We have our carrot mascot. Now this one definitely is meant to be a mascot because one, I don't think, furry certainly wouldn't be a word that you'd apply to someone dressed as a carrot. But kind of interesting, they have full printing underneath the costume. We have like green overalls and it looks like a green sweater. We have multiple faces to choose from. This one looks like, almost like he's maybe trying to not be sick. And then a much happier one, which I suppose would be more appropriate. But interesting on this, and kind of I think unique. I think there's only one or two other characters I've ever seen that have come like this. But you have the carrot top, but you also have a carrot top hairdo. And kind of like with the soccer ball, there's nowhere to put this without potentially losing it. I mean, I could put some studs under it. I've done that with things before with helmets and stuff. Let's I have some studs here. Let's do that real quick so I don't lose this piece. Do I have anything other than... There we go. Or maybe not. I guess I need a third stud. Hold on. Hold on. Here, we'll do this gray one for now. Swap us up something else later on. There we go. Now I won't lose his hair. Nicely sculpted on the carrot body. Faces are nice. I like that they have actually bothered to put clothing on him. I think that's not like uncommon. They've done that before. I think they usually do that with these kind of food mascot characters, because he's not the first one. We had like the popcorn kid in the Halloween or the holidays one last year. We've had, I think the hot dog guy from like a number of seasons ago had full clothing on underneath as well. It's cute. Yeah, if I put out the farmer's market food truck in my carnival display, that'll definitely go with that. And our last figure, I don't remember, who are we still missing? Who is this going to be? Who is this? Oh, okay. It's a character that is both cute and utterly forgettable, because even when searching, I kept getting stumped by finding this character and forgetting that it existed, and it is the Zookeeper, which comes with a happy face and a slightly less happy, almost smirky face. Nice big blonde hair and a beard, and a very cute koala and bamboo. Yep, it's very cute. The koala, I think, is one of the cuter add-ons, and I'm sure they've used it probably in another set, but I haven't seen the koala before. Also, you could, if you had like this kind of a stick on something, you could even have the koala hang off the side of a display. But I always forget this figure even exists. I forgot about it now. I forgot it when searching. I always find this and like, who is this? Because the hairpiece feels weird. And I have to look back at the picture and go, oh yes, it's the Zookeeper. I always forget about the Zookeeper. But yeah, it's a nicely printed, multiple faces, nice 5 o'clock shadow there. I mean, the fact that both faces are smiling kind of limits what you want to use it for, because that would be a good, a good soldier face. But of course, LEGO doesn't generally want to cater too much to people who want to make soldiers, so I sort of get that. Koala's nicely sculpted, a little weird looking, but I mean, for the size of it, well enough. Animal, wasn't it? There's like an animal rescue set, isn't there? You could probably add him in to that. I feel like there was an animal rescue series, like a whole series, wasn't there? Or was that Friends? I feel like there was a series of like animal rescue related sets in the not too distant past, possibly even currently, and I've just forgotten about them because it's not relevant to my interests. But I believe there is a series, and you could put him in with that, so that's nice. But that's it. That is series 24. I think the last regular series we're going to see come in these foil packets from after Disney 100. It looks like it's going to be all paper, cardboard, probably hard to feel through boxes. So that's going to definitely change how I collect these. I mean, they're probably going to have to spend more money on them is what it means. But let's pick out our favorites here. I've got to pick out my top 3. I'm not going to do like a bottom 3 because that's mean. But top 3, definitely Space Baby. The only one I intentionally bought 2 of. I'm gonna go with a Carrot Guy, because I do think I like the unique piece there. I like the carrot top. I generally like these little mascot ones that are like not the animal mascot ones. And for 3rd place, I'm gonna go with the one that held up this whole video and pick the orc, because I like the big sword. I feel like we've seen that sword before, maybe in the old Lord of the Rings sets, but I really like the way they've done the head on him. So those are my top 3, and probably in, actually, Space Baby! I'll save you, Space Baby. All right. Yeah, probably in this order. Number 1, number 2, number 3, although these 2 could probably change places, and I would feel just as good about it. As far as least impressive, I mean, Paperboy doesn't do much for me. I know I said I wasn't going to do bottom 3, but Paperboy doesn't do much for me. The football ref, I feel like I dislike her, if I can be said to dislike her, more because I've just found so many of her while searching for these that I just kind of got sick of finding her, filling like, oh, football ref, football ref, football ref, just like putting them off to the side. It was kind of annoying. But yeah, it's a nice series. No real complaints about them. I will be sad to see the foil landfill go, because landfill's landfill really as far as I'm concerned. But the paper stuff I'm sure is going to be more easy to like biodegrade or recycle or whatever. So that'll be a plus in the long run, even if it'll be kind of a pain to collect. But yeah, the next time we do minifigures though, it should be Disney 100. I am really looking forward to that series. I think so much so that I will actually pre-order those boxes of them from Shop Disney. I've heard people say on this series they ordered 2 boxes and got the full collection. Now, last time I did 2 boxes was the Marvel Disney Plus figures, and out of 2 boxes I got 7 characters. So my past experience is not great, but I feel like the Disney ones are going to be harder to get a hold of. They aren't always. The last Disney series was actually really easy to find. It was around for ages. But I feel like this Disney 100 series with characters like Oswald in it are going to be kind of in higher demand. Also just because they're Disney 100. But that wraps up this rather long video. We have Series 24 well in hand. Took a long time to find them. It took a long time to open them. But now it's all done and they can go into storage for the most part. But I hope you found this journey to be interesting or entertaining. If you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.